This is Jess.fm. Unfiltered, unscripted. You were already thinking it. She just said it.
This is episode 14 of JESS.fm. We've seen what happens when people perform their love for the internet. So today, I want to slow it down and remind you what sacred even means. Not quiet, not weak, but protected. Let's talk about relationships that don't belong on stage. Man, I wish that song I was listening to would have kept going. Hey, y'all, it's time to go home from work. Hey. I was just listening to Mokin Steph. Y'all, how do y'all say the group who sang He's Mine in the 90s? He's mine, you may have had him once, but I got him all the time. She said, you can't sleep at night. She knows she wasn't right for that. Tell that girl she can't sleep at night. Anyway, y'all, it's another week. It's another day in another episode. I am so all over the place. Guys, we posted episode 13 really late last night, but it's there, all right? It's there. And y'all need to go check it out because more and more I see that topic I was talking about on my timeline today, and I am not here for it. Oh my gosh. If you want to know what it is, you got to go listen to episode 13. Or you can wait. You can wait till eventually that episode gets its Loopback episode. I've also posted earlier today, episode 6 Loopback. The Loopback series is taking these longer form conversations and condensing them down to literally just a couple minutes. So I like to call it the shortest podcast you've ever heard. I want to keep those going because I want to give y'all multiple ways to consume the content. So if it's not the long form like what you're listening to right now, and it's not the Loopback, which is like 2 minutes long, there is also the clips. The clips get the most traction. Now, I don't know if y'all are hearing the clips and scrolling to the next one, or if y'all are really listening to them, because I get a lot of traction. I get people like joining the conversation on the clips. I love it. I love it so much. It tells me, guys, we're growing a community. We're growing our own community. Yesterday I called for this, but like seriously, drop the word producer in the comments. Who's going to be one of our many producers of this show? Who's a producer? Really just all of you listeners who take that added steps to subscribe, that added step to like this video, and that added step to comment below how you want me to navigate through this conversation. But if this is your first time here, welcome. Welcome. We do a little housekeeping in the front of each episode, so welcome to Jess.fm, your unfiltered, raw, uncut commentary on whatever has scrolled upon my algorithm that I so choose to talk about today, because a lot is going on as usual. I had been knee deep though in the work. I haven't seen a lot of traction, a lot of things go on. So this will probably be one of the lighter episodes. But there is one thing I did want to talk about. It actually revisits, I want to say episode 9. Episode 9 was where I touched a little bit on new music that Cardi B and Offset had released. Only to find out by episode 14, which is this episode, the man that she was supposedly dating, apparently folks are speculating that they broke up. Here's the thing, guys, I don't care. I don't care. And I know that there's a lot of you in the comments thinking like me, and I just want you to comment below. I don't care. Why? Because y'all, if we haven't learned anything since we've gotten the internet, it is that people's relationships are not our business. Okay? Like, good or bad, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's getting to a point where even if you want to celebrate somebody, you never know. You turn around the next few weeks and you having to give your condolences. And that's just life. That's life, especially in a realm, folks, where I find more often than not, people are coming together for the wrong reasons. They are not coming together for stability. I'll just put it that way. They're not necessarily coming together for longevity. They're usually coming together transactionally. Like, hey, I do this for you, you do this for me, we make each other look good, we're a couple. But the moment one of us don't act right, I'm out. Peace, deuces. And that's not, to me, what a real relationship is. So I do hesitate to talk about relationships and different things on my platform because they're so multifaceted in a world where not a lot of people have a multifaceted way of thinking. Does that make sense? Like, if I could talk to you objectively, up, down, all around, and you just hear me objectively, that's one thing. But if I say a word and you already ready to jump down my throat before I get the sentence out because you got triggered or you got offended, this is where I have a little bit harder of a time. And this has happened to me, not on the internet because I'm newer here. You know, my voice rather is newer here. Obviously, I've been on the internet since the internet was able to be on. No, not since the internet, but when things got a little more cracking on the internet, that's when I joined. But I'm very, very pleasantly pleased that I didn't live my full life on the internet because I can see both sides of things. You know what I mean? So on one hand, it's I see and observe things going on, like this news with Cardi B or with Offset. Apparently he came out, replied, said some foul thing. I don't know what's going on over there, right? And I don't want to know because it's too up and down. It's too up and down, and I don't even know why they're sharing it other than to get backlash from the opposite side's fan base. Like, I just think it's a little bit much. So I don't really lean in or engage into it as far as other people might. But I'm sure there's a lot of great content creators out there talking about it. My point is not that, though. My point, again, is just displaying relationships, displaying what you got going on personally, outwardly, is something I'm not necessarily a proponent of, okay? There are many, many reasons for it, but again, we'll keep it brief because it's going to be a light conversation. One thing is this, okay? If you really, really are in a relationship, what's happening or what has happened is two grown individuals have decided to bring their life paths together. That's it. Because broken up, all you are is a grown individual living your life path. All right? You get to decide here or there what your life path may be. With every choice comes a consequence, so that can alter your life path. However, you're going to be doing that regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship, just as much as the person whom which you get in a relationship with. You get what I mean? And so I'm on a life path, right? And then I meet my husband who's on a life path. And then we say, you know what? Our paths are similar. We're headed to similar destinations. We're making similar stops along the way. Or I've stopped there before. I can help you at the next stop. Or you've stopped there before. You can help me at the next stop. But let's take these separate life paths. Let's bring them together. Let's make one path. Matter of fact, while we're here, let's make a family. Matter of fact, while we're here, let's make a plan for when we get older. You know, that's what a relationship looks like to me. And I say that because, get this, each of us on our life paths, right? Everybody on their life path experiences, you know, turmoil from time to time. You know, some people more than others. Again, your life choices will alter your life path. You know, with trials and tribulations, those things are real. Those things will come to you. And what goes around comes around too. I know I'm like loading a whole bunch of cliches in, but it really, there's nothing new under the sun, y'all. Like, these are the things that matter. And when you say I'm a happy person, or I'm a sad person, or I'm depressed, or I have anxiety, or I feel proud, I feel accomplished, all of these are feelings along the way of your life path. What happens though, and like I said, why I don't think internet and relationship are a good blend, because internet is providing you a stage for a snapshot in time that you may move on from that others will not. I'm going to say that again. The internet provides a snapshot in time that you may move on from, but others may not. Others will still be stuck there for many reasons. Maybe they only just saw that snapshot now. Maybe they saw the snapshot and they can't get it out their head. They can't get the newer stuff out their head. Where does this matter to relationships? Y'all all have had, potentially, I don't know, I can't say all, but many of you have had a friend, a family member who maybe was in a relationship, right? And maybe something went down in their relationship. And then they came to you and they vented to you about whatever that was that went down, right? Sometimes that person, gathers your advice or gathers advice from others or comes to their own conclusion. You know what? I'm not going to be in this relationship anymore. And maybe they leave. However, what if they don't? Right? What if, whatever it was that they were going through was just a one-time snapshot in time, something going on. One of them hit a turmoil in life that the other maybe wasn't at, and it created this chaos between the two of them, and this chaos prompted this conversation with you, and you're just hearing the story, right? Well, if they go back into their relationship and they're like, this was just a little chaotic moment, we're good, we're gonna work through this, you, the listener of whoever was venting to you, still has that snapshot in time stuck in your head. Now, if we're mature and emotionally intelligent, we take that snapshot, we throw it out. Because we understand what I'm explaining, right? We understand that a relationship is two life paths coming together, that along the way turmoil can happen, but that doesn't have really necessarily anything to do with the relationship unless you make it something to do with the relationship. Some people just get that. Other people don't understand that. Other people are like, oh my gosh, I had a bad day. I'm going to go and take this out on somebody else, and they better just deal with it or they can leave me. And that's not right. I hope none of y'all who are listening to me do that kind of stuff, because it's not right, y'all. It's inconsiderate, it's immature, and it's low vibrational at the least. You know what I mean? And so this snapshot in time is harder for those individuals to let go of. And I think that's what Cardi B and Offset are in right now. I think that there has been a snapshot in time that they have gotten stuck in and cannot get out of. Neither one of them. And I don't have all the facts. All I have is what we see. And from what I see, there's enough evidence there to show me that both of them are probably going to continue to experience situations similar to what they're experiencing until one of them or both of them rises to the occasion and understands what's happening. You know what I mean? And that, I don't know what that means because I don't have all the facts. They know what that means though. And so I mean it with the most golden heart. I don't mean it bad. I just mean it as someone who is able to step outside of myself and look at the bigger picture and understand if potentially I'm the problem. And being okay with that, right? Like, so many of us are so eager to defend ourselves and eager to defend our stance and why we did what we did that we never really allow ourselves to recognize whether or not we are the problem. And here's why I think recognizing if you're the problem is a good thing. Here's why I think that's good. Because you can control you. Like, I look for where I'm the problem. I really do. Why? Because I can actually do something about it. Because it's me. Right? Like, when it's somebody else is the problem, or you're eager to, it's them, pointing fingers at them, here's what you are also doing. You're giving away the power. You're giving away the power or your power in the situation because you're basically relinquishing control by saying, it's not me, it's you. All right. Instead, where you say, you know what, I'm the problem. I'm the one who needs to change. I need to do something different. You actually physically, mentally, emotionally can do that. Right? Like, you can actually do something about it. You can, some of us have self-talks like what I'm having right now, recognize where things went wrong, figure out, do you owe people some apologies or at least some adjustments, right? You can, if you feel like you can't do it by yourself, you can go seek the help that you might need. You can go vent to someone if that's all you need is to kind of just let it out. Like, you have the control. Or like I always have told my daughter since she was born, you have the power. All right? So I will tell that to you, listener. You have the power. All right? If you allow yourself to have it. And like I said, I don't know all the facts, with the Cardi B and Offset situation. I don't want to know the facts. I'm going to be honest. I think that it's a sensitive situation because there are kids involved. All right. So I really would wish bloggers would kind of tamper down a little bit, or else if they're highlighting it, highlight it for a purpose, like what I'm doing right here. Right. I'm talking about it because the deeper, darker lesson is be careful who you share your relationship with. All right. Especially when matters of the internet, because you're going to be stuck in that snapshot in time. My words of advice as a married person is cherish your relationship. Treat it like it's sacred. Treat it like a sanctuary. When the two of you address things, make sure to protect its space and do your best to not overshare with others unless you're in fact in danger, at which point you need to get the danger taken care of. All right. But let's not make up danger either. All right. Let's be honest and true to actually what's happening. Let's recognize that, okay, sometimes they're not the best times to try to resolve things, especially when there's one hot head, let alone two hot heads. Like, these are things that I think will help sustain you, but treat your relationship like it's sacred. No one should be involved in it but the two of you and God. All right. So that's that on that. Y'all, there's a lot going on, but I wanted to highlight that because you can apply this not just to romantic relationships. You can apply this advice to any relationship that you have with anyone, right? Like, unless the other person is there, don't go around talking about the other person. Don't be sending subs or sending subliminal messages. Like, be direct. All right. Understand timing is key. All right. Just because you want something resolved right now doesn't mean it has to be. All right. Remind yourself of that. And just, live your life. Live your life path, understanding that with your choices, there will come consequences, and hopefully positive ones. Okay? So, all that to say, another great episode. Real short, real brief, right to the point, but hopefully something that you can gather from, or if not, like, tell me why. Tell me what you hate. Tell me what you hate about what I just said in the comments below. I'd love to read it, respond, and open up a dialogue, or who knows, maybe it'll inspire another episode. I don't know. But what I do know is this. More clips are coming. More episodes are coming. Loopback episodes are coming, and I hope that your comments are coming too, because as producers, we are going to make this the most organic, the most relatable radio show that you've ever heard. And while we may not know how long these episodes will be, and we may not know how short these episodes will be, one thing we will know is that they will be. Okay? So until then, I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
That's it for episode 14. Short, honest, and a little bit overdue. If it made you pause, good. If it made you log off, even better. Drop your take in the comments. And treat something sacred today, even if it's just your peace.
Thanks for riding with Jess.fm. See you next ride.